welcome to another episode of Knit in the City. I am Rebecca, the city is Malmö, and today I'm back with a winter knitting inspiration video. I have a lot of UFOs, a lot of whips, a lot of Christmas knitting to be done, so this is more of an inspirational piece than a planning piece. I'm just going to be showing you things that I would love to knit if there was nothing else on my plate. But before we start, I would just like to thank you so much for the interest that you've shown, for all the nice comments that I've gotten. I'm really overwhelmed, actually. I did not expect this. So thank you so much for liking and commenting and subscribing and all of those things. I'm also surprised to know that so many of you knew about Malmö and that some of you had also been here. So that's a fun thing. I told you in the first episode that the weather here is bearable. I should not have said that because the past few days it has actually been really cold. Today is just -1, but it's been down to -8, and that is really extreme. And we're not really used to that. Well, it can happen, but yeah, it's been super cold. It's still really hot in my apartment, but that's beside the point. The light it's a bit overcast today, so this is the best it's gonna get. But I think it's gonna be fine because I'm not gonna show you any projects. I'm just gonna put pictures, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you can see my face, we're good. So this thing that I have been doing is that I have been making mood boards that I will show you, of course. And I have my laptop here beside me, so I will be looking here because I can't remember all the details about all of the patterns. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. So I made 2 mood boards, and the first one is the colors that inspire me this winter. And I have figured out that I look better in cool than warm colors, and that really bright colors are also make me pale. So I have picked colors that I think look good on me, and maybe this is not like the traditional winter colors that you would think of, but I have been drawn to the dirty pinks, like mauve colored thingies, like a cool pinkish beige, like a grayish blue, lilacs, cool browns and things like that. So that is what I will, if I was to knit these things, those were the colors that I would be using. And then the styles that I have been inspired by are like vintagey. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, but this is not going to be a super long video, so I should be able to get through it. A little academia kind of vibes with the tweed, tartans, corduroy, small florals, vests and berets. I mean, I'm obsessed with berets right now. So this is going to be a thing. I have to knit a beret, which is not the best thing for your head in the winter, but they just look so cool. And layering and turtlenecks, especially mock turtlenecks, because I don't want my whole neck to disappear in fabric, which it's actually nice in the winter, but it just looks like you're being eaten. Yeah, and cable sweaters, color work in more like neutral colors I have been drawn to, buttons and thingies. Yeah, so, and the colors in the styles mood board are just too warm for me, but they're more like the styles that I like. So let's get into the patterns. I have divided these into sections, and I will start with the sweaters. And the first one is Tuku by the Petite Knitter. Not to be confused by Petite Knit, this is a different one. This is an example of the neutral color work, so to speak. So this has a color work yoke and a turtleneck actually. It's knit in DK weight yarn and it comes in 10 different sizes. And it's worked top down in the round, and it's recommended to have a 7.5 to 13 centimeters of positive ease, and that is 3 to 5 inches. I don't have inches on all of them because I haven't done all the calculations, but when I could find them I put them. So this is something I really want in my wardrobe. But I don't have the yarn for it yet, so we will see what happens with this. The next one is the Auguste sweater, and this is the cables thing, and it is a pattern by Johanna Gehrish, and it is knit in a light fingering and a lace, and it's a lace mohair, and so you hold the yarns together. So this makes for a DK weight yarn, and unfortunately this has a really small size range. It only has 3 sizes and they're double sizes, but I just found this sweater so pretty so I couldn't help myself. This is top down all over cable raglan construction, and it has 15 to 25 centimeters of positive ease. So it has a lot of positive ease. So if you don't mind it being having less ease, then you could make, a bigger size could fit into it. And the last sweater is the field sweater by Camilla Vad. And this has a really pretty yoke detail. It is knit in DK weight yarn. It comes in 9 different sizes. It's a top down in the round yoke sweater, and I have actually seen this sweater knit up in an Isago yarn, and that is so soft. I actually don't remember what the yarn is called, but it's it says in the pattern, it's the one she uses in the pattern. And when I touched this sweater, I felt like I had to have it. Unfortunately, the yarn is pretty expensive, so this is going to be for a later date. If I knit it in I do have the pattern, and it's really pretty. So next, cardigans, and I have picked 2. The first one is the ribbed raglan by Venzel. And this is 2 yarns held together. They're both lace weight. One of them is a wool yarn and the other one is a lace mohair. And this is supposed to be a DK weight when held together. This pattern only comes in 4 sizes, unfortunately. It is knit bottom up, and the body is knit back and forth because it's a cardigan, and the sleeves are knit in the round. And the recommended ease is 11 to 20 centimeters of positive ease, so it's quite oversized. The second cardigan is the Celesta wrap. So this is a wrap cardigan by Lea Petäjä. This is knit in a DK weight yarn. It comes in 6 sizes, and the problem with this, because this looks really pretty in the picture, but it is knit in pieces, and seaming is not something I take lightly. But this is also a free pattern, which makes it very, I mean, I really want to knit this cardigan. And I actually think I can get over the seaming just because I really want a wrap cardigan. What else? Yeah, there's not a lot of information on the Ravelry page, but since it's free, you could just check out the pattern. Then the next category is vests, and this is from the style mood board. You could see that I am dipping my toes into vests now, which is something I've never been a vest kind of person, and I know that vests have been big in the knitting community for a while now. But when I saw these outfits, I just kind of felt the vibe. So the two vests that I have picked out is the Ribblesdale vest by Lily Kate France. And this is a worsted weight pattern. It comes in 9 sizes and it is worked seamlessly from the bottom up. And this is, it's knit in brioche stitch, which I'm not a pro at, I have to say. But since there are no sleeves, maybe I can do it. I think I can do it. I made a hat that looks good and a cowl. I've also knit the body of a sweater, but when I started knitting the sleeves and you were supposed to make decreases, that's when things started to go awry, because my decreases look really bad. I guess it's just practice, and I'm really drawn to this vest. I think it looks really pretty. Yeah. And the other one is the Semper slipover V-neck by, sorry, I have to check. These letters are really small. The Knit Pearl Girl is the designer of this vest. And it has a deep V, and it's knit with fingering and a lace mohair held together. It comes in 11 sizes and it's knit top down. And you knit it flat past the armholes and then it's knit in the round. It has a double folded collar and 0 to 5 centimeters of positive ease. And I know that that is 0 to 2 inches. And this also looks really nice. I like a V-necked vest. Then I have also looked at some tank tops and t-shirts, because I think that these are good layering pieces. And I was really drawn to the 9 PM tank by Tiffany Thai. This is knit in a fingering weight yarn, and it's a made to measure pattern, but it says that it covers a full bust of 71 to 158 centimeters, and this has a negative ease. And since it is a made-to-measure pattern, I think you can decide for yourself how much of a negative ease that you want. But it is a fitted garment, which is good for layering. And I actually do have yarn for this. And this is Blenda Gotland by Yarnwick in a really lovely pinkish beige that I was talking about before. I don't know how well this shows up in this light, but this is 50% Gotland wool and 50% merino. So this is really soft and would be nice to have next to your skin. So this is eventually going to happen. And the other is the Luna Tea by Charissa. This is also a fingering weight pattern. And this comes in 14 sizes, which is quite impressive. It's knit top down in the round, and it has this little mock turtleneck that I really like. Yeah, I also have the yarn for this. This is a Drops Baby Merino. This is also beige. I guess I'm in a beige phase. I never thought I could wear beige, because beige is often a really warm color, and I look really pale and pasty in warm colors. But then I found these that lean a bit more to the cooler side. So I'm gonna try this out and hope that it will not be too close to my own skin tone, so that I look naked when wearing these things. Yes, and this is 0 to 5 centimeters of negative ease, or 0 to 2 inches. So this is also great for layering. And this is 100% merino wool, so this is also really soft. And lastly, I also have a few accessories. And the beret is of course one of them. And I have picked the Bisbis beret by Sari Nordlund. And this is knit in a sport weight yarn. It says lace and 2 strands of fingering. I don't know how that works out to be a sport, but maybe she uses small needles. And she has made it in 2 sizes. So one is sport and one is fingering. So it's the same numbers, but you just use different yarns. And it's a fun construction because it's knit from the top down. So you start with a little stem on top and then knit the hat in the round. And then bind it off with an I-cord bind off. I also have yarn for this. And this is Clara by Permin. These are the leftovers from the Haven shawl test knit that I've done. I've actually finished the shawl, so I can put a picture somewhere here so you can see what it looks like. And this, I don't know if this color shows up very well, but it is a grayish purple. It's a really nice color actually. And this yarn is 50% cotton. No, 55% wool and 45% cotton, but it feels very cottony. So I think it's not very warm. So this, I can wear this beret in the spring, probably. I do have a few more balls. This is like the last ball that I used for the shawl. So I've taken some of the yarn from here. For cooler weather, I also have the Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter, and this is really beautiful. A colorwork hat. It's knit in a sport weight yarn, and it comes in 3 sizes. And I really want to knit this. It's really lovely. And I also have accessories for the hands. So the last pattern I'm going to talk about are the Ole mittens by Susanne Müller. And these mittens, they look really nice. And they're knitted in a worsted weight yarn. They come in 3 sizes. And they're knit in fisherman's rib, which is a little bit easier than brioche. It's like a half brioche. And it's actually snowing outside. So mittens are a good idea. But before I start doing any of this, I have to knit all the Christmas presents first. I hope you enjoyed this little piece of inspiration, and I hope to see you soon again. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Footnote: I forgot to tell you that these patterns that I've talked about, they're in a Ravelry bundle with some other patterns that fall within the categories that I will link in the description box.